What is going on, everybody? We are live and we are here on site at Bank of America Stadium, where we will get you ready for a matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. How's it going? I'm Andre Cassidy with the man of the people, Chris Jenkins. How are you doing today?
I'm good, but you said that we were at Bank of America Stadium?
Yes.
So why do I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? It's probably easier if I count the Panthers jerseys that I see than the 49ers jerseys.
Well, don't challenge yourself right now, because that's a needle in a haystack kind of situation.
It is.
It's just a sea of red right now, and it's a little concerning if you ask me.
Hey, if we had a camera guy, I would show you guys, but I know everybody wants to know. I said it earlier this week, hopefully we will not have too much red here at the stadium, but it's as red as red. You know, my wife is in a sorority, and they're called Delta Sigma Theta, and their colors are red. She'd probably be happy to come to the game today.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, everywhere you turn, as you hear the band going by here, it's literally just a sea of red, more than last week when Arizona was over here. So it feels like a San Francisco 49ers home game, if you ask me, just based off of what we're seeing so far.
It does, it does. And let me say this, by the way, so just talking about my wife.
Yeah.
We went to her homecoming yesterday, the first time I had a chance to go there.
Yeah, how did that go?
Fayetteville State University. I ran into a supporter of the Charlotte Vibe channel there at the game.
Really?
He made a point to come and talk to me, so I want to say hello. Thank everybody for watching and tuning in and supporting the Charlotte Vibe channel. It's like the greatest thing when you go out of Charlotte and somebody still recognizes
And
you.
you see people representing. I mean, that really is something that is so cool to see. And if you haven't done it yet, everybody, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Charlotte Vibe YouTube page, because it gives us the opportunity to be here at the game today, and as well as interview players and interview the coaches. So please definitely leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already today.
Yeah, help us get to 5,100 people. So I'm going to help you out, or help us out.
Yeah.
We've been meaning to do this, and I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Tell us who you think is going to win the game today. Start leaving those comments now. Andre and I are going to get you prepared for today's game with some good facts to help you watch the game and know what to expect, and then we're going to go in and address all the comments that you have.
Yeah, so let's get started here with the transactions that we've seen this week for Carolina. They have promoted safety Marquise Blair and wide receiver Derek White, to the active roster via standard elevation.
So that's two. Normally they do one. They did two this week.
Yeah, so they did two this week, just to add some depth to the safety position and to the receiver position, because I know with Jeremy Chin being out, and then with LaVisca Chenault being out as well, this gives Carolina more options and more toys to have at their disposal.
Okay, but why activate a wide receiver we haven't even talked about all year? Any guesses on that?
I cannot defend the indefensible, so I'll just leave it at that. So that's just what they're rolling with right now. And Chris, I know you got some facts about what happened last week for both San Fran and for Carolina.
Yeah, so teams playing today. Carolina Panthers are unfortunately 1-3 after coming to a loss against the Arizona Cardinals last week, 26-16. So there goes the close games. The 49ers are 2-2 after that great Monday night whooping against the LA Rams. Final score in that game was San Fran 24, LA 9. So a very big whooping on the Super Bowl champs last week by the San Francisco 49ers. This game here will mark the 23rd matchup between the 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. And I have to tell you, I was in San Francisco for the last time they played.
Yeah.
It was my first time being out there. Stadium's beautiful, people were nice, and that game was over in like 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
The final score in that game, I forget the final score, but the 49ers had over 50 points. Over 50 points in that game. It was not a good one. And today, I don't know. I hope that doesn't carry over. That was years ago, but
oh, that would be quite the sight if that happened today. It would be a very ugly sight if that were to happen today. So, as we turn over to some interesting facts here, Eddie Pinheiro, he kicked a 54-yard field goal last week, and that is his career long.
54. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And he is currently the only kicker in the NFL to be perfect on his kicks, field goals, and extra points, which I didn't know, which is actually a pretty good stat for him.
Hey, and Coach Rule said that he wanted to have special teams be a better part, contributed for this team. He kind of had some fear when Zane went down, but Eddie's doing great.
Yeah, he's been filling in really good for Zane Gonzalez. Carolina is currently the only team in the NFL to have multiple games with a defensive touchdown.
Really?
Last week against Arizona, and then the week before against the Saints, I believe, right?
You're correct.
So, I mean, We need to continue that today because, you know, if the offense, for whatever reason, doesn't decide to show up today, we're going to need our defense to do some scoring here today.
Did you say for whatever reason?
Oh, man. Any reason and all reasons. I mean, it's just so hard to believe what's going on with the offense right now. But that's either here nor there. Christian McCaffrey now has 408 scrimmage yards this season, which is tied for 6th in the NFL. So we're going to need him to continue that pace heading into today's game. Frankie Louvu is one of 7 players this season to have at least 10 tackles and 1 interception in a game this season.
You know, I like how Frankie has been stepping up.
He really has, hasn't he?
Our defense, you know, Shaq Thompson, he's coming back from an injury. I don't know if that's caused him to be a little bit slower to get up to speed than normal. But Frankie Louvu has been a guy that's kind of came out of nowhere and come out strong, and is really doing a lot for this team.
And see, he had his moments last year, but this year he's really stepping into the mold and stepping up for this team. And, you know, it's really great to see because he's a young player, and he's taking advantage of his opportunities when need be.
Is that band wearing on you a little bit?
Like they're just standing there? But we're topping through the elements like we do every week.
Every single week, yep.
Not as windy today if you haven't noticed. So
I think these 49er fans are going to just jump in the TV screen at any moment. They're all around.
They're eyeing us down right now. As we move forward here, Baker Mayfield is last in the NFL.
Hey, I want to tell the bad news.
Oh,
can I tell the bad news?
Go ahead. He'll be the blunt guy today. I'll try to be as positive as I can.
He's the positive guy. I'm the negative guy.
Yeah.
Some things that are. What are we talking about? What is this section called? Few interesting facts. So we got some that, you know, obviously this team is not where we want them to be. They're 1-3.
1-3.
They're not 3-1 like they were a year ago. So some things that are interesting are negative that are going on. All right, one of those things would be Baker Mayfield. Lots of different stats to track the quarterback's performance. One of those is QBR. I forget who originated this, and I don't know the exact scale, but I'm going to give you some perspective on where Baker Mayfield lies.
It's a 1 to 100 scale.
Is it a 100?
Yeah.
Okay. So the leading guy is around an 88, 89. Tua, I can't say his last name. You probably can.
Tua Tagovailoa.
That's why he's here.
Hopefully, we hope for him to be healthy relatively soon, but we wish him nothing but the best.
Yes.
He's battling that really just traumatic injury that he suffered a week and a half ago.
He has about an 88, 89 rating, okay? Baker Mayfield is dead last, 32nd, with a rating of about 15. So again, 89, number 1 guy.
Yeah.
He's 15, and if you're right, and you probably are, at a scale of 1 to 100, I don't know where a 15 gets you any kind of like you're doing okay or you don't need to do new drills, but I'll come back to that later on. So, and then check this out. Again, giving you perspective, the guy right above Baker Mayfield is 7 points higher. He has like a 22-23.
Do you know who that guy is?
I don't. Not off the top of my head. But, I mean, he's way better than Baker.
Well, I hope that we don't know who that guy is because he could be the next Carolina Panthers starting quarterback if we find out who it is.
And then one that you guys have heard a lot about, maybe not. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Matt Rule is 1-26 when the other team scores 17 points.
1-26.
1-26. And here's the challenge with this about how bad this is. The average scoring team in the NFL is about 22, 23 points, right? So if the San Francisco 49ers are just an average team today, we're going to lose.
So you're telling me we're going to lose?
We don't even need them to be good, right? We just need them to
be average.
Score the league average 22, 23 points, and we're going to lose. He's 1-26, I think, when that happens. So
that is quite scary.
That's some of your interesting news for today.
Whew. So you're telling me if they only score an average of 22 points, a league average of 22 points, then that's an automatic win for San Fran.
That's an automatic win. Well, automatic loss for us. Yeah, not good at all.
Not good at all. So as we take a look at our top 10 NFL rankings, we start off with the offensive side.
If you can, though, glance at YouTube to make sure that we're doing good. We started a little late today because we had some technical difficulties. When we go live, everything is wireless, everything's internet and batteries and all this stuff, and we are using what hopefully is a good connection.
Yeah.
Are we looking all good?
We tested it out see
any comments that said that we weren't
no
live?
audio issues as of yet.
Okay.
So they hear us pretty good.
They're hearing us pretty good.
Seeing a lot of good comments already, and we'll get to your comments here in just a short while. But glad that everybody is out there.
Oh, this kid's going to take you out on the scooter, buddy.
Be careful.
You guys may see him successfully go by.
It's been a lot of.
There he goes. He goes by. So we're all good.
Yeah, we are all good.
Comments? All right. So, all right. You're up next.
Yeah, let's
Top
go
10
ahead.
on offense and defense stats that we like to give each week.
Okay, well, let's talk about the offense.
Okay.
None. We have no top 10 anything on the offensive side of things.
No top 10 anything.
Yeah, the closest that we have right now is 14th, which is rushing yards per attempt. So we need that number to go up.
Okay.
I think that's probably going to be one of the keys to the game today, is actually establishing a run game, which we did not see a whole lot of last week. I think we need to be able to get that number up. We need to have a more balanced attack.
Do you think that Ben McAdoo, what do you think? I know I'm jumping a little ahead, so I'll make it quick. What do you think? What do you think about that? Are we going to run the ball out today or not?
We need to.
We need to.
We need to, because Baker Mayfield is not that guy to carry an offense. He is a system quarterback, and part of playing within a system is having the ability to run the football. And I think they have to do that today to have any chance of winning today, I feel like.
Okay. I'll let you keep going on.
Yeah,
that kid's going to get you, man. He's staring you down.
Yeah, he is. He's having fun, too, in the process.
So we got good news on the defensive side, I'm hoping, right?
Defensive side, I don't know if I have any more good news. You know, I'm typically the optimist. He's more of the realist, but I'm going to have to hit you with some real knowledge here.
Okay.
We have no top 10 defensive ratings for the defensive side
None.
of things, which is a little surprising because, you know, they have been doing their end. They've been showing up and holding up their end of the bargain. But, yeah, we don't have any top 10 rankings.
Andre, I'm going to have to kick you off the show.
Why?
Because we don't have anything good today. So we had the 1 and 26
I mean, I'm just reporting the facts, Chris.
So I want this team to win. I think you said earlier, I liked it. Like, my heart wants these Carolina Panthers to win today.
Yes.
But my mind is telling me that it's going to be a challenge.
Conflicting
There's
things.
so much red out here.
I mean, just take a look at that. I mean, I'll pan out here real quick.
Yeah, we'll step out. I don't know if you guys.
I mean, the gates have opened, but you can still see just a sea. I've been saying this a lot today. Just a sea of red everywhere that you turn today.
Yeah.
It's concerning.
So the 1 and 26, if they score 17 points, we got a lot. I won't say a lot, but we have some key guys that are out due to injuries.
Jeremy Chin being one of them.
We have a very good team that we're playing against today. And what was that last thing we just read? Oh, and our defense, which through this Matt Rule era, like if they've been slumping, you looked at, the defense is great, the defense is doing this. They are the stronger point, but they're not even near as strong as they were last year if you look at the stats.
Weird, because again, like I've said, they have really showed up to this point in the season, but even they are starting to slip a little bit. So that's a little concerning, and hopefully we can see a change in the way the pace has been dictating so far.
Doesn't look good.
It does not. But we're here, and we're going to be as optimistic as we can as we move forward here. That is for sure. So, any notable connections?
Zero.
Okay,
none.
Good.
Nobody wants to go from the beautiful west coast of California to
Charlotte.
I mean, Charlotte's a great place.
It is a great place.
I guess if you're a millionaire, you'd want to be in San Francisco. Nah, we don't have any.
Yeah, let's keep it that way because we all know how I feel about.
You don't like it.
I just
but
don't.
they're not even
but
the division.
They're not a divisional team.
They're
so,
the conference, but not the division.
Yeah. So I mean, notable connections, none to report on here.
Okay.
Some things to watch. You want to take this one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some things to watch today. We're going to be going against the San Francisco 49ers. They have a pretty good player by the name of Deebo Samuel who had an outstanding game last week. He's their leading guy right now. Kittles hasn't really got up to speed yet like Deebo is.
Thanks a lot, Kittle.
Thanks a lot, Kittles. So what we may see some of today is J.C. Horn matched up against Deebo. J.C. Horn has been a guy the quarterbacks have been staying away from a little bit this year. So it'll be interesting to see how, Deebo, which is actually obviously an elite athlete, would they just go and still continue to kind of stay away from JC, or are they going to really challenge him? I'm sure JC Horn is undoubtedly hoping that he gets challenged by Jimmy G and Deebo. But that's still a good matchup to watch.
Yeah. So he'll definitely be showing up today because, I mean, you're playing against one of the top tier receivers, so you have to be motivated.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset that you have to be coming into that matchup today.
And watch out for the stiff arm, JC. Because you got one last week.
Man,
was it last week or week before?
No, it was last week.
It was last week. And Deebo is a guy who kind of,
he's a power guy.
I don't think he stiff-armed Jalen Ramsey, but I know he kind of ran through him. So
he's a power guy too, and that's the thing with Deebo. It's not just through the air; it's also running the football. They use him in so many different ways. So hopefully he won't be on the receiving end of some of those stiff arms.
Yeah.
Woo, that was pretty nasty last week.
So also to watch today on the San Francisco 49ers side, They're not on their first left tackle. They're not on their second. They're on their third left tackle.
Oh, my.
So perhaps we can use that to our advantage. The Carolina Panthers have not been that good on sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Brian
Which
Burns
is surprising.
has half of them. I think we have 6 as a team total. Brian Burns has 3.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps we can get some pressure on that left tackle that's on the third one for the 49ers.
With Garoppolo, he gets happy feet too.
Yeah,
just
he can
like
get
our
thrown
guy
off.
here in Carolina,
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, and he's the prototypical example of a system quarterback. So if we can get him, some pressure in his face, maybe we can force some more turnovers today, which has been something that Carolina has done recently.
Yeah, and again, keep leaving those comments. We just got a few more facts that we want to get through with y'all, and then the rest of the show will be dedicated
to
your comments. So keep on, trust me, we see them. Keep on leaving those comments.
And if you want to rant, feel free. Rant before the rants. Hey, go right ahead.
49ers pass defense.
Yeah.
Crazy
How are they
good.
doing?
Crazy good. I don't know all the stats. My brain's kind of getting filled up. But they're crazy good. And we were touched on this earlier. Christian McCaffrey's been our bright spot. They don't run him and utilize him
Probably the
consistently
only bright spot
enough,
so
right?
far.
Even though we got plenty of other weapons.
Yes.
I won't say plenty, but we have some other good weapons that we should be getting the ball to. I feel like that Ben McAdoo really needs to have had orders from that rule to forcibly run the ball today. Even saying like, okay, we didn't get the 3 yards or 4 yards that we want, but run the ball and then run it again. Maybe you'll wear him down and Christian be able to use his extraordinary talent and break one off. But otherwise, if we don't and we sit there and we let Baker Mayfield drop back against these guys, so far this season, let me tell you, Baker's had 27 pass attempts, 29 pass attempts, 25. That's kind of been almost a 50-50 balance.
Yeah.
Last week against the Cardinals, we went all the way up to 36.
And look how that turned out for our
And we lost by
offense.
10. So if we get behind quick in this game today, and now we're forced to throw the ball, and then we have a great pass rush by the 49ers, well,
it could get ugly.
I would say you can go ahead and do some house chores, clean up a little bit, maybe do some meal prep to watch the Sunday night game, because this one's going to be over. Especially if they score 17. I mean, legitimately, they could have 17 in the first quarter.
17 points, and that pretty much does it for us.
I've cut you off the screen a little bit, man. So I guess we got.
You're just excited.
We got to.
We're both excited.
Come on over this way. There we
Shimmy
go.
on over
Shimmy
here,
on
right?
over here. So that's what we have today. We're not close enough to get the pregame inactive list. So what do you say? We tackle some questions.
Yeah,
go over these
think
comments.
So. I mean, we're
You
still
know how
about
to
7
work
away.
this thing yet? Well,
We're
I say
getting there.
yet, but I haven't given him the opportunity to do so. So
I mean, we're about 7 minutes away from inactive.
go ahead and
let's
highlight all those. I'm going to make sure I'm going to widen the camera angle just a little bit here.
Let's go ahead and get Ali Bodrick in here with a very good question to start out. Do you think that Baker will have a bounce back game today? Well, he kind of has to. I mean, he needs to be solid. I don't think he needs to be great, because if we ask him to do too much, I mean, that's what happened last week. I mean, we got into a hole and, we couldn't really come back because of the play calling. So
now, I don't normally kind of make fun of guys, but I'm going to have to make fun of Baker Mayfield a little bit. If you saw that Baker Mayfield, I asked him about doing some more drills to help with these batted balls.
Hey, it was a good question.
And I feel like
great question.
The reason I asked him about this question is really I just wanted to hear him say that he's trying to do something different to get better results. Because if you keep doing the same thing each week, Matt Rule, if any of these guys keep doing the same thing each week,
I mean, that's insanity.
that's not working,
Yeah.
then that's a problem. So Baker, are you doing something different? He said, no, just got to find my passing lanes and stay in the pocket. Okay, that's like high-level stuff. That's
but what did he actually say?
But what are you going to do? Can you do some drills? He said, if I have any, to let him know. And
so kind of a feisty response.
So for me,
right?
with Baker Mayfield, I hope that was just arrogance
Yeah.
and him just like not wanting to share what he's doing. But I really hope that he's doing something different. So let me go to, do I think that he'll have a bounce back game today? It's going to be tough for him to have a bounce back game today. It's going to be tough.
Defense, top 5 defense, I believe, in the NFL. So, I mean, it's going to be asking a lot for him to do some good things today, because that is quite a front 7 that they have on the San Francisco side of
I'm
things.
going to have to continue to steal your comment earlier that you made about your heart.
Yeah.
So my heart wants to say he will, because I don't want to be post-game talking about another loss. But the analyst says that he is not going to have a bounce-back game today.
And we got to be real here. and it doesn't look likely, but of course, time will tell, and hopefully we are wrong on that side of things.
Slash Rob, he hasn't done anything to bounce back. Not for the Panthers. All right, C-Dog. Man, get the language edited for me,
Come
please.
on,
I
man.
want to show more of your comments. But yes, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button.
I do like the enthusiasm, though. We got to keep it clean around here, all right? Chris Johnson. Sup, you guys? What's going on, Chris? Hope you're doing well today.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, Tamia Johnson.
Taima Johnson,
Oh.
which her name is Jenkins now. That's the
Okay.
wife. So thank you for the compliment.
Thank
and
you for
thank
tuning
you for
on
tuning in. What else we got here?
Mobile, Alabama.
Hey, appreciate
Wow.
you, Derek. Are you in the gym there? Working out?
He's doing something.
Man,
doing some squats, or I can't tell. That's a little too far away from me, but
I
Getting
can
that
post
work
this.
in.
He didn't know my wife was a Fayetteville State alumni. Yes,
Yeah.
she is. She's a beautiful alumni.
Logan Woods
can't score touchdowns?
Well, we can't score touchdowns on this defense. I mean, I hate to say it, but it doesn't look promising. It doesn't look promising. And can I say this real quick, too?
You can.
Yeah, so I was in a Walmart earlier today, getting some stuff for breakfast.
You go to Wally World?
Yeah, Wally World over on Pineville Matthews, the grocery Walmart over there. And, I was
There's going
walking
to be so
around.
many people waiting for you at that Walmart
Man,
now.
I was walking around doing my thing, and they were playing Sweet Caroline on the intercom. So I don't know if that's a sign of things to come,
Yeah.
but fate could be on Carolina's side, maybe. But I'm taking anything at this point just to see what kind of advantage we can get as a team, because it has not been a good start to this year. So hopefully we will be hearing some Sweet Caroline later tonight when they win today. But we'll see. We'll see.
Are you coming to Atlanta for the Falcons game? Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Tam says, I need this win. I hope the Panthers can pull through today. She's probably tired of hearing me come home talking
Yes.
about how rough this is.
Oh, man, it has been rough. 27-10. Chance Hines, I just want a good game. How can we stay in it? Get CMC the dang ball. I mean, that's a pretty simple game.
You think that'll help?
I think that helps tremendously. I think it makes it competitive. I don't know if it'll help us win the game, but it'll at least make it competitive. But come on, we got to get CMC the ball. We got to give our. Oh, we got some Niners fans behind us over here. It looks like.
Yeah, they walk.
What's going on?
How you doing? How you
What's going
doing?
on? Yeah, we got to get CMC the ball just to have any chance today. Sideshow Rob, there are only 6 players I wouldn't trade, and Frankie is one of them. So, I mean, there's like a select few players that are on this roster. I guess he's one of them. And you can name a couple other players too, but I mean, whew.
Slideshow Rob breaking down my stats even further. That's like 3.5 win percentage when our opponent scores 17.
Doing
I
some
don't know
math
if
here
that
on a
math is
Sunday.
good. We're both math nerds, but
Yeah.
yes, it's extremely low.
Uh-oh.
Ghost Daddy.
What's up, everyone? And I think we have a regular coming on here.
Do we? Hey, come on
Who
up.
is this?
Hey,
Yeah.
I got to ask a question because I need to know. Is it Richard?
No.
Or Rashad?
No A.
Whoa. Did he see that?
Yeah,
I didn't
he was
I didn't
immediate
finish
with
getting
that
it out.
I get it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we just trying to get it right, though.
Yeah, no R.
Don't.
So is it Rashad?
Rashad.
So I had it right.
I'm going to call him Richard just to see
Rashard?
how quickly he gives me the Draymond Green treatment.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Never.
We might have to take some time away if that were the case.
Hey, I'm going to
on?
widen the screen so we can
Yeah.
all fit in here nicely. Continue to do what
Yeah,
you're doing.
so-
What are we talking about?
So we talking about the game, right? So we were talking about earlier, there are a lot of Niners fans. What
Oh,
have you
yeah.
been seeing so far?
Yeah, on the walk up, that's generally when you can see like what the game day situation is going to be like. And yeah, there is no home field advantage today.
I
Like
mean, it's
it's
scary.
going to be about 50-50.
50-50?
I think it's going to be about 50-50.
I think it's 70-30 with the way that I've seen
I
it.
think once,
with the breakdown.
We come late. People don't really tailgate like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's about 50-50.
50-50?
I'm going to squeeze in the middle here.
Not- not-
We're
We're
gonna
gonna let Chris
reposition.
come on in
I'm
here.
going to squeeze in the
Yeah.
middle, and we're going to. Is that stuff in your way? Let me
Do the little
let me
shuffle.
scoot this out of the way a little bit.
Yeah.
So you can squeeze in. We want to be hospitable
Yes.
guests over
for
here.
our guests, right?
And then let's see. So we need to go. We need to
To the-
scoot this
to the
way.
left,
Oh,
right?
or this
To
way.
the right, to the
we
right.
gotta scoot
To the
that
right,
way.
to the
Yeah.
In reverse.
Did a little shimmy,
All
right?
right.
That's funny.
So
Right?
you were talking about the 49er jerseys.
The fanfare that we're seeing so
Yeah,
far.
there is a lot of 49ers fans here, and that's expected. You know, they don't come here very often.
And they travel well
yeah,
wherever they go.
Exactly. You know, one of those fan bases that have been around for a long time. So that's generally what happens when you have like the 49ers, the Cowboys,
Steelers,
Yeah,
Packers.
yeah, any kind of long-time fan base. they always come and take over. So this is kind of part of the course, especially when your team's not playing that well. There's gonna be a lot of people selling their seats.
Hey, I want to throw one at you that we had earlier. They asked about Baker Mayfield, if you think that he's going to have a bounce back week, or do you think he's going to have batted balls coming at him because of all those drills you gave him to do?
Well, I was going to say, first of all, have you found the answer to his question?
I've seen some stuff out there, but some people didn't like the question.
I thought it was an appropriate question.
Again,
to be honest
before
with
you got here, I was telling him I just wanted to hear that you're trying to do something different. That's why I kept asking that question. Like, are you? And he said no, he's not been doing. But why are you not? But anyway, let me give the mic back to you.
No, it's a fair question, and I appreciate you for asking those type of questions because really,
the hard-hitting questions.
That's what. No, I'm serious. That's what the fans want to know. Like we don't care about all this other crap. So there's some stupid questions be asked sometimes. I listen to all the press conferences, and there's some dumb questions, and we want to know the questions that really affect the game. Like it's a legit question. What are you doing to improve your game? Like it's a problem. You have like the most batted passes in the league. Like what are you doing to fix it? So, and for him to get defensive about it, I mean, it's telling to me. It's very
in
telling.
His head. It's definitely in his head.
Telling.
If he's having that kind of response.
But to answer your question, do I think he's going to bounce back? I don't know. This is the toughest defense in the league.
That he has faced this season, too.
In the league, it's going to be the toughest defense anybody faces.
Right.
This is a tough defense. And so I think, both offenses leave much to be desired. Not very good offenses, so I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. And I do think whatever offense can muster up the most points, obviously, is going to win the game. But I think, it's going to be a really, really low-scoring game today.
So let me again backtrack, and then we're going to go forward with some more of the questions here. For the 49ers having such a good pass defense, all right, and we have an atrocious pass offense. If the 49ers score early, I'm not saying the first possession, but they score early, do you think that the Panthers should force the run to have some kind of bounce and also kind of lengthen the game? Or do you think that we could get in trouble if we don't respond accordingly? Now Baker has to drop back.
Yeah, I don't know. I really think it's tough. You got to game plan well, obviously, and I think you have to have balance in your offense. You got to have you have to have the ability to run the football, but at the same time, you got to have the quick passing game, which could in turn open up the deep passes. So you have to have some balance there. Get your guys involved early. We say the same thing every week. Like you got to get the guys involved. DJ did have a solid game last week, but it wasn't enough. We couldn't get the run game going because there was no balance, right? So you have to have balance. You can't completely abandon the run. You got to get it going. You can't, if it's not working, you can't just stop running the football. You got to keep trying to run the football. So I don't know.
And let me just ask you this too: how do you think Jeremy Chin's absence today is going to impact the Panthers' defense as they line up?
We're still cutting you off. Which way do we need to go to get you back on? There you go.
But yeah, how do you think that's going to impact things defensively?
There we go. Now we got it. We don't have any production people directing us to get us all lined up.
It's all us, though. But yeah, with Jeremy Chin, what do you think is going to happen with him not being in there today?
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough because has Xavier Woods been ruled out? Do we know? Inactives haven't.
We haven't looked yet.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be tough, especially both safeties are missing. We have to be able to play good defense. Our defense has been carrying us, and obviously without Chin, that's going to make things difficult because he is that Swiss Army knife back there. You move him around, you put him in safety, you put him at linebacker, you put him all over the place.
He does everything for us.
Yeah, and so for him to be missing is going to be tough. And I don't know, he's got big shoes to fill. And especially if Xavier Woods, because he's been playing extremely well too. People forget about him. And if we're going to be missing both safeties, that could be problematic.
It's a big, big problem.
All right, let me run through a few of these comments here. Keep us going well. Let's see. Ghost Daddy saying what's up to everybody.
What's up, Ghost Daddy?
AP, yes, lots of Niners fans out here.
Everywhere.
Second half is definitely going to be a bad game, he says. Niners fan today?
Oh, my
goodness.
All right. Downfall of Matt Rule. Some people are really going after
Hey,
that
here's
right
a regular. I always feel like I said his name incorrectly, but hi, guys. I'm inside the stadium. It feels like a Panthers road game. Yeah. Will the 49ers fans join Panthers fans in the Fire Rule chant?
Yeah, I think you might hear a couple Fire Rule and a lot of boos today. Especially, just listen to that first reaction if we happen to go 3 and out. If we go 3 and out, the Boo Birds will be out. I will be leading it. Sure.
You're gonna be leading it?
I will be leading the boos if we go 3 and out.
And they were patient. I mean, they didn't wait until the fourth quarter to start letting it out. So I mean, if we start bad today, there's going to be no patience whatsoever.
It's mounting.
With that.
The pressure is mounting for sure. So yeah.
Let's see. Ghost Daddy, watch us show up today.
Okay.
That would be amazing. That would be utterly amazing. I don't think it's going to
let me
happen. The
just
heart
say
wants
this,
it to
too.
happen. I'm
Like,
keep stealing your words
Yeah, well,
about the
let me
heart.
just say this too. Like, they play good when they are backs are against the wall. Like, nobody expects them to play good. That's when they play good. Whenever they play bad is when we expect them to win the game.
Yeah.
Like, with the Giants and with the Browns, that was a winnable game for the Panthers. And now with everybody picking San Fran in a game where nobody expects us to win, they might just show up today. Who knows? We'll see.
No, we got a good one here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Forget Baker, man. Do your work. Let's see. I didn't get the comment that I wanted to. Here we go.
Yeah, where's
Appreciate
it
the
at?
comment, though, Sean. Would y'all be more mad at us winning by 20 or losing by 20?
Why would I be mad?
I mean, it's
Be mad at us? All right.
I get it.
You
I get the
All right,
question.
take on it.
I think because folks kind of want us to lose,
Yeah.
to get Matt Rule out of here. Or are we going to be mad?
Thank you for that translation.
Yeah. Are we going to be upset by losing by 20? Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you really look at it from the positive perspective, it's a win-win either way. Every game moving forward is a win-win.
Yeah.
If we win the game, let's celebrate. If we lose it, again,
That's
we're
one
one
more
step
game.
closer. Yeah, exactly.
One step closer to him going out of here.
So I mean, it's a win-win. It's all how you look at it.
Let's see here. Continue to
What we
going
got,
through
what we
these.
got?
Let's see. Derek
Derek
Burrell
Burrell.
says we need to spread the ball around after establishing Christian McCaffrey will run him in the ground with 30-plus touches every game. I personally, Derek, I know it's Rashad. See, now I'm scared to say your name
got
because
it.
I feel
That's
like I'm gonna mess up.
No, you got it, though.
You've been saying it right.
I've been saying it right?
Yeah, you've always said it
Okay,
right.
so Rashad is going to maybe disagree with me a little bit, but I like the idea of Christian McCaffrey. I don't think 25 carries a game is running him into the ground. And last week he had 8. And I forget what he had the very first game. I don't think he had that many. I think it was game 2 and 3 where he got upwards of near about 20, right?
Yeah.
Just please, Ben McAdoo, please, from the orders of Matt Rule, run this guy at least 20 times. If you have him as a talent, why not use him? Because holding him for the future that we have no clue if you're even going to be here and what's going to happen, I think is pointless because this team, this organization is in such limbo. Use the guy until he's not usable.
I mean, that's the business, right?
That's the business, right?
That is the business. Use him until he's can't
Until
use
he's
him
gone,
anymore.
right?
But at the same time, we've seen him get 20 touches. We've seen him get 30 touches a game.
Let's talk recently, though.
And it's still
Like current state of this organization
Like
and how
this
bad
year.
we are. I know you're going to go back to that. He can get a lot and it not work. But this
Yeah.
year,
it's still else.
continue.
But he gives us the best chance to win, though. That's the argument everybody's been making. But
let's-
is it sustainable? And I give that part of the argument to you.
It's
about
losing
that.
sustainable.
I'm talking
Might,
about
might as well lose with like
Oh,
a
no.
chant of like your best guy giving it all that he can, right? Like back in the old days, it's like if I'm gonna go out, carry me off the field. I'm not just gonna walk off the field. Like
Yeah.
I literally cannot walk off the field because I'm gonna give it my all. I think Christian McCaffrey is a guy that would want to go off the field, limping after trying to carry the team on his back, than just standing on the sideline saying, "Well, hopefully." Baker Mayfield cannot have a batted ball,
Yeah.
and hopefully DJ Moore will be close to catching one of these balls that he throws errantly towards him, and we'll have a chance to win because I just want to play for all the money. He loves the money, but he wants to win.
Yeah, I just think
You like that, didn't you?
yeah, I just think Christian is not built like that type of running back to give him 30 touches, 25 runs. He's not.
Because he's not a power back.
He's not a power back.
Yeah, I mean, that's
and
the first
we're
thing.
using him. Like, I can understand getting him in space, some tosses, things like that, and moving him around. But he's not that guy to be touching the ball like that. He's not Saquon. He's not King Henry. He's not those guys. So that's just my opinion. He's not built to take those, and it shows that he's injured all the time. So.
We're going to run through a few more comments here. Ghost Daddy says, "What's up, Panther Nation podcast?"
PNP.
Vincent Trochet, maybe a little
Sick
French.
Of the Panthers losing too. I think we all are.
Chance Hines, how many batted balls? I'd say over,
man.
under on
I
3.
think that's a push. That's a push. I'm gonna go 3. 3 on the dot.
3.
D Cash saying, "What's up, the Panther Nation podcast?" Let's see,
The
we
Dark
got
Knight.
the Dark Knight. I'm from LA. Let's go Panthers, keep pounding. Appreciate the LA fan support. We probably have more there than we do here right now
Right.
for the Panthers, so I appreciate it.
And they'll be there next week.
C
hopefully.
says, "What's up, Charlotte Vibe, Panther Nation podcast in the house. Baker is playing like
Like
dog water. Keep pounding. Dog water?
Hot dog water.
I guess that's not
That's
good.
one way to
Have
put
you
it.
done water before?
I don't think I want to. It don't
I
sound
haven't
too
either.
good.
I've never-
It
I've
does
never
not
done.
sound too good. I'll tell you that.
Why does Matt Rule?
Have a bot in the chat
Oh,
room.
just some
Oh,
jokes. Some
Shaquille,
jokes.
man. Oh, man. A little rough.
Okay,
right
we're gonna
there.
get to. You know what?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
let's
let
get to the
you.
injury
Hold on. I'll
report.
let you.
Ooh, that's not good.
Let you give him a question, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna cue up this.
I
Take
got
that.
it. I
I'm
got
gonna
it.
Keep this inactive.
Yeah. So, I mean, Rashad,
Yes, sir.
there's a lot going on right now with the team. You know, this is a matchup that doesn't look favorable to us on paper. But in the grand scheme of things, if we do decide to win today and we decide to show up, how does our team and how does the fan base, like, you know, just from a vibe perspective, how do they move forward? I mean, coming, you know, and winning this game, do they still have the same attitudes of like, man, we got to get rid of Rule? What about Baker? What if we show out today and actually put out a good performance?
Yeah, I think that's a loaded question because people ask me this all the time too.
Yeah.
What if we start winning? Like, what if we turn around? I think that's great, but you have to be able to do it in a sustained manner. Like, we have not been able to put together multiple victories, back-to-back victories. And then I think it's really weird, though, if you think about this team and the history of Matt Rule, we've always been able to start hot.
Yeah.
We've always
But
been
not
able to
this
win,
year.
but not this year.
Which is interesting.
So what does that mean? Are we going to be bad the entire year, or are we going to make it up on the back end?
Yeah.
And then that changes the conversation, right? Because what if he starts winning towards the end of the year? He goes out on a better note,
Yeah.
right? Instead of losing at the end of the season, he wins at the end of the season. That makes the decision a little bit more tough for a guy like David Tepper.
Well, here's the thing. People, regardless of how they feel right now, if we start winning some football games, whatever their opinion is, it's just going to solve a lot of problems and a lot of viewpoints of the team right now. So I think, you know, with anything, winning solves a lot of the issues that we face. And, you know, the hatred that's being directed towards Matt Rule right now, it's understandable. But if we start winning games moving forward, you know, you can't have that sustained hatred for him for, you know, what we're seeing right now. Because if you win games, that's problem number one, and that's the solution to a lot of the things that we're seeing right now.
All right. Thank you for that ad lib, so I can
Yeah.
get this. Try to multitask. I wish we had a camera operator so I
Right.
could get out, but I have it up on
He
the
is
screen.
improving at that.
I am improving
multitasking
at the
ability.
I struggle sometimes.
Yeah.
I do struggle sometimes. Like right now, I'm struggling. But here we go. I'll let you two take
All
this.
right.
Let's go back to the comments. Get this comment off the
Keep
screen,
that up.
and then come back over here. Here are our inactives for today.
Ooh.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back to the camera so you can see this.
Yeah.
Do that again. He's shaking his head. All right, so we have wide receiver Laviska Shenault. He's out.
We knew about that one.
Yeah, so we knew that one was coming. What am I doing here? I'm all over the place. Wide receiver Rashard.
That's
Not
Rashard,
Rashard.
yeah.
That's is that where I get it?
Rashard, yeah.
Rashard Higgins
Now, that's
is
kind of surprising.
is going
him
to be
not
out.
being there.
That is a surprise.
now.
Yeah.
Well, let's go through it all, and we'll come back.
Yeah.
Cornerback Stanley Thomas Oliver out. Safety Xavier
Oh.
Woods is out.
That's a big one right there.
Linebacker Frankie Louvu.
Another big one. Oh, no.
Linebacker Frankie Louvu is out. Do we even need to go in here today to watch this game?
Oh, yikes.
Offensive lineman Cade Mays.
And then Steven
Tight
Sullivan.
end Stephen Sullivan.
As
So
well.
It's actually Stephon Sullivan.
Stephon?
We spoke to him.
That's why you're here.
Yeah.
That's why all these guys are here.
thought
I
it was
can't do it
Stephen.
alone.
Or Steven. I didn't know that.
Stephon?
Stephon.
So that's like Urkel back in the day when he got all,
Yeah.
I forget what they, Stephon.
Stephon.
I'm Christoph
like Stephon
today.
Gilmore.
Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about those
Yeah.
inactives, guys.
Wow, that's a lot.
First thoughts from that inactive list. You got any first thoughts?
I am kind of shocked.
Kinda shocked?
That's a lot of big players that we've seen over the past couple of weeks perform, and then they're not out there for today's game. I mean, Xavier Woods, Frank Louvu, who's been probably the defensive MVP up to this point, out as well, and Rashard Higgins, you know, we need him to step up, and he won't be in this game at all.
All right,
That's a lot of key players right there.
So I have a question for you guys. All right, so we have pregame show.
Yeah.
We talked about the guys that were elevated. And one of the guys elevated, according to my notes, was wide receiver Derek Wright, which I had no idea who this guy was, just being honest.
Right.
Now, we just read over the inactive list. Mr. Derek Wright was not on that list.
So he'll be in this
So
game.
that would mean that you can look like you got something to say.
I do.
Go for it.
Let me take this.
Take
sir.
the
Yeah.
mic.
So I think Derek Wright. If you've watched my show for a long time, Derek Wright is a really good talent. I think he came out of BYU, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But he's really good. Like, if you go back and watch his college film, he's solid. Now, I'm surprised he got activated over Saunders, C.J. Saunders. That's surprising. I would have thought as much as they hyped up C.J. Saunders over training camp, he would have been the one that got elevated. But Derek Wright offers that slot, that quick passing, that get out there in the slot, make those quick, subtle, he offers that. So I think you could see him on the field more often than you anticipate, than you would think from a guy that you've never heard of.
Well, okay, Terrace Marshall Jr. is active this week, right? And Coach Rule talked about that earlier this week, that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like Coach Rule has given us a little bit of like, tell the media stuff to try to encourage his guys. I feel like he did that a couple of weeks ago with, is it Henderson on the defensive side? Yeah. That he talked about, the question wasn't about Henderson. He made a point to say, well, let me say this about Henderson. He's been doing well. I'm like, no, he's not.
So is he doing some media speak right now?
And so earlier this week, he talked about Terrace Marshall, his third week of having a good practice. He's going to be active. And I'm thinking, well, it takes 3 weeks of good practice from a high round draft pick.
A second round pick that they traded up
to
for.
be active. That sounds a little far of a stretch. And then Derek Wright, I'm glad you gave that insight. Yeah. But, you know, he's going to come out of nowhere and suddenly get a lot of reps, maybe even more than Terrace Marshall that had to have 3 great weeks. Laviska Shenault had to have, 2 weeks sit on the sidelines? I hope we're not, I say this also to comment to say, I hope we're not about to try to have Baker Mayfield dropping back 35 times today to get these guys the ball. It's not part of the game plan that why we're going to have all these wide receivers out there.
But it is looking that way.
Yeah, it's looking that way. And you know, I hope not either, because I think that we can run the football because I did the preview show with another San Francisco 49ers YouTuber, and he's saying that they have issues on the interior. Like that's where they're soft. And so if we can run the football and get it going against the interior of that defensive line, keep Joey Bosa at bay, or Nick, whichever Bosa it is,
Nick Bosa.
Whatever. They're all good, okay? So whichever one it is, we've got to make sure we can keep him at bay. All right. So I don't know what the plan. Listen, this defense is tough, and I don't know what we're going to go out there and do. I just hope we can sustain third downs. And in regards to Terrace Marshall, I think Terrace Marshall is a good I'm a fan of Terrace Marshall. I think he's caught up in a weird situation. He can't stay healthy, and I don't agree that he needs all these practices, because we hear this all the time with Rule. Yeah, he's had great practices and blah, 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 but we never see it. Who cares if he did it in practice? Nobody cares about that. We care about what the on-field product.
Yes.
So get him involved, and I hope to see that today. I really do.
All right, I'm going to run through a bunch of comments. We've got about 12 minutes left.
Yep.
We always try to speed up sometimes just so we can touch on everybody that takes out the time to watch the show. So I'm going to try to go through that right now. Subscribe to the hottest new YouTube channel out.
Okay.
Is that a promotion for him or us?
I guess so.
That's a promotion for him.
I know.
All right, Unc. All right. There you go. Free plug.
Free plug for you right there.
Trill saying what's up to Panther Nation.
Yes, sir.
Why is Luvu and Woods out? Because they're hurt. I'm going to be heated tomorrow at work. 1 and 4 confirmed.
Oh, no.
Doesn't look too good. McEnroe Rule not on the same page makes sense why the offense has been struggling.
I think that's true. One wants to run, one wants to throw.
Tell dude to leave the area. I don't know who that's about, but anyway. Luvu and
Woods.
Dream Vibe, what's going on?
What's going on?
3 points said, yeah, we're not looking good today. Another Panther Nation shout out from T. Thompson. Really appreciate you coming through. Vincent Trouse.
What's up, PNP?
Shout out to Vincent.
All right. D. Cash says what's up to Unc. Seem like we're almost getting caught up here. Is that Panther? It is Panther Nation.
Sure is.
Hey, Dave, if you're watching and you want to come on too, we just talk to me beforehand.
Yes.
Maybe we could
we'll do some
get y'all through,
right?
and we got a little technical experience between all 3 of us that
we'll
we can pull it
first,
in.
But after that, you're good to go. Right?
Wish Golden Corral the praise.
This dude always talk about Golden Corral. Man. Maybe he's hungry before every show we do, man. I swear.
Donald, here's your update. I did see Matt Corral on his little knee scooter in the locker room. From what I can report, looked happy. Looked like a part of the team.
Looked lively.
That's about all I can give you from Matt. It's going to be a full, I don't know, at least 6 months before there's anything significant to report about Matt.
But I think he appreciates you keeping him updated about that.
According to Bailey Sports, Sean Payton is the odds-on favorite to be our next coach.
I don't know about that.
Let's see. Choppy, if Baker would keep his feet from being happy feet, he could complete more passes. I heard a report, or not heard, I think it was Rich Eisen talked about, it could be wrong, but it was some national show where they were saying that Baker Mayfield deserves a little help from his offensive linemen by blocking the guys, like, because you can kind of grab in this area here, right?
Keep their hands down.
Right. Instead of kind of going wide, that our offensive linemen should be more trying to keep their
Yeah,
hands
well,
down.
I mean, I get that, but they've been doing their part too this season.
Man,
it hasn't been
please.
as big of an issue.
I think that was regarding the batted passes.
Yeah.
There are some techniques for the offensive linemen to keep their men from putting their hands up, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm not an
It's
offensive
a
line guru, so I don't
50-50
know.
thing.
I tell you what, if I'm a lineman, right, I'm like 6'4", 300 pounds. I'm in the trenches, as we like to call it. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of chop blocks and who knows what that I got to go after. And this guy behind me is getting paid like tens of millions of dollars, and you're gonna say, "Hey, now, Chris, I need you to really make sure that you get his hands inside of him as you're trying to stop him and read where."
I mean, that should already be a part of the game.
Because Baker doesn't want to do anything himself.
He doesn't want to do the drills.
Yeah.
Right. So
Well, that's what he
put
tells
more
us
in
to
the
the
lineman.
media, though. I don't know
Anyway,
what happens
all right.
behind closed doors.
All right, we'll keep going. I appreciate that. T. Thompson, go Niners.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's see. A lot of who's David? Go Niners. That's
Niners.
fine. Hey. It makes sense for you guys to be on here because
Yeah,
you're out here.
they're
So
everywhere right now.
Everywhere, dude.
Literally
Fans
everywhere.
let's see. Looking forward to the game. Keep pounding. Little
mean,
Steve.
that's optimistic.
There you go. Right. Sometimes that's all you can do. And Rashad said there's good and bad, no matter if we win or lose. Right.
Win-win. It's a win-win scenario. We're good either way.
Just goes to show they still don't know what players to use. I'm not sure what that comment's about, Brad.
I think that's regarding the inactives, the wide receivers, Derek Wright, Terrace Marshall. They don't know how they're going to use them and who's going to be.
Barno.
D-Cash says give Barno some burn. Yetur is not stepping up. Yeah, can't disagree with you
Fair
there.
point there,
Leroy
yeah.
Miller, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in.
Leroy.
Let's see. I'm all. I gotta
Here we
tap
go.
it. I'm already pissed off,
The
and the
game.
game hasn't even started yet. Hey, the advice I gave earlier was once they score 17.
It's over.
You can go ahead
It's
and
over.
you
Pack
start to
your
get the
bags.
chores together, maybe get the grill going, start to prepare for the Sunday night game,
Yes.
and just,
Mow the lawn.
Bro, that's so sad. That's so
Right.
sad, man. But he's right.
But I mean,
17 points, it's over.
I mean, the numbers speak for itself there, though. So I mean, hate to say it.
Action Jack, never mind what I said about the defense. All right, sorry. So many bots. Well, we get who we can in
That's
here.
part of the game, right?
Let's see.
It's part of the game.
Jeffrey, did I hit it? Jeffrey,
Giordano.
go Rams. Is a big fan. Okay,
Well,
that means he's really
that will
a
be
fan
next
of.
week's matchup. You're a week early there, so there's that.
Chance Hines, you want to read this?
Yeah, Alex, our defense is not to be scary, or it's not going to be scary without Frankie. I bet we get blown out now, and oh boy, that doesn't
I
look
think you
good.
might be right. Yeah,
I
no
mean-
Blue, no Woods, no Chin. That was our strength. Now our strength is about
depleted.
Yeah, it's
That's
about
like-
75% of what they were. So
Yeah.
that was half our point. I mean, Louisville probably had just as many points as Baker. Don't quote me on that, but
Yeah.
they've got.
I mean, he gave us 7 of our 16 points.
Lulu
last
and
week.
Marquise,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. With those two guys.
It's not good.
Hey, so we got about 5 minutes to go here. Let's go. Let's start with our guest, our popular guy, Rashad. What's your last name?
Beard.
Did we give the last name out?
That's fine. Beard.
Beard, like
Rashad
a beard.
Beard. Okay.
HBCU alumni.
Yep,
I went to my first. Is it my first HBCU? My first HBCU homecoming yesterday. You know who it was?
Fayetteville State.
I was at Fayetteville State
Oh,
yesterday.
okay.
I am from Fayetteville. My parents went to the
You're
Fayetteville
from
State.
Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Fayetteville.
Look at that.
So my parents went to the
It's a
parade.
family
That's how I knew it
connection
was
right
yesterday.
Okay.
Yep.
It was funny how nobody knew about the game. Like my wife didn't even know who they were playing, and I was like, "Can you ask somebody? Did we win? If all the people that were hanging out at the plot was at the game, the players probably would have been super excited because
know
it seemed
who
like
you're
it was
playing,
it was
right?
tons. But go ahead.
Yeah, nobody cares. At homecoming, nobody cares about the game. If you do go to the game, you leave after halftime, after you see the bands play, check out, you'll get some food. Yeah.
Party it up.
But I
kinda
thought
deal.
she would have at least wanted to see the band,
Yeah.
but she didn't even want to go in to see the band.
Yeah, well, Fayetteville State's band isn't that great. But
I think we're playing Augustine. Is their band good? You know?
St. Aug, no, they're not good either. But you are
explains it all.
more than welcome to come to the greatest homecoming on earth.
Jiho.
Yes, North
You didn't know what
Carolina
Jiho
A&T. No, I went there. Of course I know what Jiho is. Aggie Pride, you should come out there. You should come to our tailgate. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be
Broadcast live.
and you should. We can do that. And Dave will be here too.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, you should come.
All right, let's go ahead and final thoughts on this game
All
today,
right, here we
or
go.
whatever you want to go. We'll start with you, sir.
Yeah, I think the biggest stat to watch today is third down conversions on offense. If we can convert 50% or more of our first. That's a lot to ask.
That's a big
That's
ask.
a lot. I know, because
That
we're
is a
dead
big
last in the
ask.
league. We're only converting 25% of our first downs. If we can, third downs, excuse
Ooh.
me, third downs.
Jeez.
If we can get 50% and convert 50% of our third down conversions, I think we have a chance, because we'll be sustaining drives at that point. If we can get about 60 plays, I think that'd be great too.
You're asking for stuff that hasn't happened all season.
I'm just saying.
It's not Christmas time yet.
But that's what we need out of them, though. That's the thing.
All right.
I'm just saying, that's if you go to ESPN and you go to the team stats, keep an eye on those stats, because if we're doing well there, it'll reflect in the game. If we're not, you'll see that as well. So I just think, man, the defense is a little depleted. So we're gonna have their offense isn't that great, but good luck stopping Debo now with no safeties, essentially. So I don't.
Horn.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough game, and I have low expectations, but I'm gonna have fun anyway, and I'm gonna keep pounding.
That's the most important
I have
thing.
some humor to add to that. That it'd be better for us almost if we get into fourth downs and the rules going for it, because we have more fourth down success. I think it was about 20, 30. I forget. It was near 40%. It was near 40% last week anyway. Then we do a third down, and that would give us the additional plays to help you get towards that magical, what'd you say, 60?
Number of plays?
Yeah,
60. Yeah, if we can get to 60 plays, yes. Because
Okay.
right now we're on a trend that we do not want to be from an offensive standpoint. Lowest number of plays in like the past 20 years. It's not good.
20 years.
20 years.
Okay, so my leaving note is hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that after the game today, you have a place to vent. I promise that we will stand on that field freezing our butts off.
We
as
can't.
So
Okay.
we're gonna go really like
Yeah,
we
real
even need the
close
mic.
here,
So you just
right?
stand in front of the computer there and do your thing.
I win already. You win. It's your turn.
Yeah, so let me just
Okay,
say this.
my turn.
Yeah, we'll go over to
Okay,
Chris.
All right.
We'll
so
hand it off to him.
The mics aren't even
Yeah.
right now. So I forget what I was gonna say. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so that you can join us post game. I don't think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a bad game. And so I just want to be an outlet to you all. Man of the people say I work for you guys, right? So after the game, join
We will
us
be
there. I find it hard that we have so many people in red, that we have so many things against us today, that this will be a good game to watch, but we'll do our best to make it entertaining and keep you informed.
Yes.
I'll step out. I feel like we should be, you got
Yeah.
your thing.
Yeah, let me
Your
do my
turn.
thing.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, step in front. There you
Yeah.
go.
So, really, the three things that I'm looking for: time of possession, third downs, and then the turnover game. If we can keep the ball on our side, and we can keep our time of possession, rolling here, because they had us by like 15 minutes. Arizona did last week. If we can keep the ball, not turn the ball over, and convert on third downs, which seems pretty simple, but that's something that we need to do today, that we may have a chance today. And we also need to keep them under 17. So actually, that kind of sounds like a lot. So
It
we'll
sounds
see
like
what
a
happens.
whole lot.
Yeah, we'll
It's
see
a
what
lot to
happens.
ask.
But those are really the four keys that I have that I'll be watching for, because we really do need this to
We're going to
happen.
squeeze in here tight.
Yeah.
Come on, Rashad.
Yeah, come
Squeeze-
on in,
squeeze
man.
on in. So be sure to follow Panther Nation Podcast if you have been under a rock and have never heard of these guys. Do really great content almost every day, seems like.
Every day.
A lot.
There's a lot of content that's good. But during the game, follow us on Twitter. My man Andre's
I'll
going to
be manning the Twitter.
manning Twitter all during the game. Post game, I know you're not going to be too happy probably, but come Monday, we have a photographer, Julio, that's on the field taking pictures. We post some pictures of the games on Instagram. Be sure to check that out. So for all three of us, for Rashad, Andre,
You got it right
and
this
Chris,
time.
appreciate you watching, and we'll go have some good food.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Eat some food, keep pounding,
Keep pounding.
and let's hope for a Panthers win today.